Bitcoin is breaking out to the upside right now. We are going to need to be talking about that urgently in today's update video, because are we indeed going to be creating more momentum to the upside? Are we going to be breaking above this level of resistance? And can we be continuing this Bitcoin bounce? Well, Bitcoin has definitely been closing off a very bullish weekly candle, but we did start off the week with a slight CME gap. So need to be talking about that exactly and much more in today's update video. So can we once again push up the likes? Like above the 200 likes. That will be absolutely amazing, and as always, let's have a look into that short term. And yes, Bitcoin has been starting to go to the upside again, initiating this Bitcoin pump already during the weekend. Because of this, we've been creating a slight little CME gap over here. As you can be seeing over on this chart, the CME gap is lying from the 84k level towards the 85.1k level. 90% of these CME gaps tend to be getting filled fairly and very quickly. So it is going to be the question whether we're going to be sustaining this Bitcoin pump and this break to the upside, or if we're going to be getting rejected from this level of resistance and are going to be seeing this Bitcoin CME gap getting filled. But anyways, we'll be answering that question exactly a little bit later. First of all, it is a pretty interesting thing right now that we are starting off the week pretty strong. We have been pumping to the upside during the course of the weekend, and we haven't been doing so in the last couple of weeks. I mean, the last couple of weeks have all been very weak for Bitcoin. But right now we are starting off very strong again, definitely indicating a lot of strength and a lot of bullishness. Anyways, this Bitcoin weekly candle that we have been closing yesterday is looking very good with more momentum to the upside, bouncing off with a weekly candle now from the 50 weekly moving average. So yeah, we are bouncing from off this moving average. And we have been expecting this, right? Because the data was showing very clear signs that a local bottom is going to be getting formed. We have been forming this daily Bitcoin bullish divergence. Bitcoin funding rates have been trading negative. At the same time, the RSI indicators have been looking very bullish, and we're trading at these bottoming out levels. ETF traders have been selling off the bottom again. So we've been watching all of these signals while we are still going to be trading in a bull market and still trading above the 50 weekly moving average. And right now, Bitcoin is breaking to the upside. So this was kind of to be expected, but Bitcoin is breaking in towards a level of resistance at this moment. So the question really is going to be, are we going to be breaking above this level? Because at the same time, this level is confluencing perfectly from of this downtrending level of resistance from this falling wedge pattern. And I've been saying in the last couple of days, I will be getting very interested in trading this falling wedge breakout to the upside. If we are going to be breaking this pattern out to the upside, I am going to be opening up my Bitcoin trade over on Blofin. So yes, in the case of a break to the upside, how I am going to be approaching it is I'm going to be waiting for a falling wedge breakout retest. If we're going to be retesting this previous level of resistance right now into support, I'm going to be placing up my Bitcoin trade. And I will be targeting first this previous high and this previous traded level for Bitcoin at around the 94k level. If we're going to be seeing a local top getting formed, and if indeed the Bitcoin price is going to be topping out over here, this is going to be a clear level of resistance for Bitcoin and a clear point of a rejection for a lower high. Now, I do not think that that is going to be likely at all. I still do think that Bitcoin is going to be pumping even further. But yeah, then first of all, we of course need to be seeing a break above this level of resistance. And if we are going to be seeing so, I'm going to be targeting this downtrending level of resistance next. If we are going to be breaking that, I'm going to be taking the rest of my profits at these previous highs. So that is just going to be in the case that indeed we are going to be breaking to the upside right now, and we are going to be retesting our breakout. Now, in the case of a rejection from this level of resistance, that would ultimately still be very beneficial for me, in my personal opinion. Because yes, if we're going to be having a look in towards a global liquidity, well, we are still seeing this rejection. We're still seeing this high getting formed and then this double bottom. Now, it just depends on what time frame you're going to be looking at, because you can also have a look in towards a global liquidity with a 75-day lag. And in that case, definitely we are already uptrending over here. So yeah, it just depends on what time frame you're going to be looking at, and that is why I want to be saying this global liquidity is not the end all be all. It is not the perfect indicator. It is just giving us that general direction in the market that generally we want to be having a look in towards long positions over here, whether we're going to be breaking out to the upside already outside of this falling wedge pattern right now already, or whether we're still going to be forming that double bottom and we're still going to be seeing a rejection over here. I do not really care. I want to be having a look in towards long possibilities and long opportunities, because that general direction and that general trend is going to be to the upside. So yeah, I myself would definitely love to see a rejection still at this moment, and I would love to see this Bitcoin CME gap getting filled, but I would definitely not be against a break to the upside right now already. I would be fine with both scenarios playing out, a rejection or a break right now. And that is how I think you should be always approaching the market. You should outline different scenarios and different possibilities and create a strategy for you where you're always going to be benefiting from the market. That is what I've been doing. Anyways, Bitcoin's still trading at a crucial level of resistance at this moment, so do still keep that in mind. Yes, we are breaking bullish. The price target is going to be sitting back at that 100k level like we've been discussing yesterday, but we still, first of all, need to be breaking above this crucial level of resistance before we can be screaming for that 100k price target to be getting reached. So if you are yourself going to be getting interested in trading this Bitcoin breakout or this Bitcoin breakout as well, well, I will be doing it over on Blofin. And if you're going to be getting interested in doing the same thing, just like I will be doing, make sure to be checking out that first link down below, because with the first link down below, you can be claiming $150 deposit bonus, where with this money, you can be opening up a free trade with. So it's going to be some free trading money you can be claiming right now. Make sure to be checking it out with the first link down below. Anyways, altcoins are starting to pump again to the upside, looking very good, because everyone has been literally selling off all of their altcoins during the latest crash and during the latest capitulation. This is always what we tend to see. Retail selling off and capitulating, while the big players are buying the altcoins from the small players, and then eventually, whenever Bitcoin pumps to the upside again, well, altcoins are exploding to the upside. So yeah, we're seeing Athena pumping up with 8%, Celestia looking very good. I've been accumulating a lot of these altcoins again during the bottoms, and I've been explaining in the last week how I still do think that altcoin season is going to be inevitable, and it's still going to be coming. Very important to understand, in my opinion. Anyways, Bitcoin is still following the gold chart in that longer term. We are literally at this moment where gold started to go parabolic, looking very good. And if we're going to be having a look in towards this market cycle, we are starting off phase 2 at this moment. We still have some way to go for this bull market. I still expect that this bull market is going to be ending in Q3, Q4 of this year, so around November, December. That's what I think and what I expect, based off the 4-year cycle and based off the 4-year theory, which is still perfectly intact and which is still perfectly in play. And also, if we're going to be having a look in towards a 4-year cycle, we are starting off phase 2 right now, where the most exponential gains are always made. And the most exponential gains, I think, are going to be getting made. Anyways, guys, with that being said, make sure to be following me over on X to be staying up to date about every single market development. You guys will see you in another update video tomorrow morning.